Lay's makes sure the chips are fresh and ready to consume by using an advanced inventory management system. Because of their optimal growth conditions, these farms are carefully selected to produce potatoes that are high in starch and low in sugar, making them excellent for crispy, golden chips. Potatoes grown especially for their size, texture, and low moisture content, such as Atlantic, Snowden, and Lady Rosetta, are used by Lay's. These types guarantee that the chips cook through without burning or getting mushy. In order to increase fertility, farmers till the ground months before planting, loosening the soil and adding nutrients and compost. It's crucial to have enough drainage since too much water can damage the potatoes. In order to provide them adequate area to grow healthily, seed potatoes are planted in rows by the early spring. To guarantee accuracy and plant each potato at precisely the correct depth, farmers depend on mechanical planters. In order to reduce water waste, drip irrigation systems are used on modern farms to provide water straight to the roots. To encourage healthy plant growth, farmers use smart sensors to track soil conditions and nutrient levels throughout the growing season. The potatoes are ready to be harvested after 90 to 120 days. They are dug up and automatically sorted by harvesting machines before being loaded onto trucks. To ensure quality control, potatoes that are infected or damaged are thrown out right away. To guarantee freshness, the harvested potatoes are then delivered straight to the Lay's facility. Within a few hours of leaving the fields, the newly harvested potatoes reach the Lay's facility. For the potatoes to maintain their moisture content and quality, time is of the essence. The quality inspection section is the first checkpoint, where automated scanners and factory staff make sure that only the best potatoes are used in production. Rejected potatoes are sent for animal feed or composting if they are too big, too small, or discolored. Conveyor belts carry the authorized potatoes to huge washing facilities. Clean potatoes are prepared for slicing after being cleaned by high-pressure water jets and brushes that remove soil, debris, and any remaining pesticide. While some potato peels can be eaten, Lay's removes the skin completely to guarantee a consistent texture. Friction rollers are used in industrial peeling equipment to remove the outer skin off potatoes without causing any harm. The potatoes go through high-speed slicers after being peeled. With its ability to slice hundreds of potatoes every minute, these machines guarantee that every slice is the same thickness. Every chip will cook evenly when fried because to this uniformity. To get rid of extra starch, the uncooked slices are cleaned in cold water baths. The chips would clump together when frying if this step wasn't taken, resulting in an inconsistent cook. Additionally, this rinse step makes the finished product crispier. Before frying, the slices are gently dried on vibrating conveyor belts to eliminate any last traces of moisture. This is an important step because when the chips are immersed in hot oil, water can create dangerous splattering. Here's where the magic happens. Raw potato slices are turned into our favorite crispy chips. The slices are immersed in hot oil as they pass through massive industrial fryers. To guarantee that the chips fry uniformly, the oil is maintained at a constant 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 degrees Celsius. For roughly 3 to 4 minutes, the slices stay in the oil. To keep the chips from adhering together, revolving paddles automatically agitate them. The distinctive crunch is produced as the water within each slice evaporates during cooking. After being fried, the chips go along conveyors that drain excess oil. This guarantees that they stay crisp, light, and not unduly oily. It's time to give each chip its distinct flavor, be it barbecue, sour cream and onion, or classic salted. The seasoning is carefully distributed over the newly fried chips as they pass through revolving drums. With the use of precision sprayers, every chip is perfectly coated, guaranteeing that no mouthful is flavorless. Every chip receives an even seasoning thanks to the drum's revolving motion. Lay's engineers meticulously regulate the seasoning content to provide a uniform flavor in each batch. At Lay's, quality is a given. To make sure every chip satisfies their exacting criteria, the business uses both sophisticated technology and human inspectors. The chips go through laser-guided scanners that look for flaws like discolored patches or burned edges. Chips that fail the test are taken off the manufacturing line and fed to animals. Additionally, Lay's uses human testers to sample chips at random throughout the day for taste testing. To make sure the chips are ideal before packaging, these testers assess the flavor, texture, and crispness. The chips proceed to the packing equipment after passing quality check. To guarantee that each bag contains the proper quantity, the chips are mechanically weighed and portioned. After that, the packaging machines put chips into the bags and use nitrogen gas to keep the chips fresh. Every bag is sealed with heat to keep out air. The chips are shielded from staleness and crushing during transportation by nitrogen gas. The bags are given a batch code and expiration date, which aids in inventory management and, in the event of a product recall, after being packaged, the chips are transported to distribution sites in cartons. They are then sent to supermarkets, petrol stations, vending machines, and grocery stores all around the world. Lay's makes sure the chips are fresh and ready to consume by using an advanced inventory management system. Lay's is dedicated to using sustainable production methods. The facility turns discarded chips and leftover potato peels into compost or animal feed. In Lay's production line, nothing is wasted. Lay's carbon footprint is decreased by using wind and solar energy to power many of its factories. In an effort to cut down on plastic waste throughout its international operations, Lay's is also experimenting with biodegradable packaging materials. And so, from farm to factory, Lay's chips are produced. Every bag is a symbol of the commitment of farmers, the accuracy of food scientists, and the strength of contemporary equipment. You'll understand the amazing journey that Lay's chips have gone to reach your hands the next time you open a bag of them. Before peanuts can be turned into butter, they need to undergo a process called blanching, which removes their reddish-brown skins. Blanching is typically done by exposing the peanuts to dry heat or boiling them briefly in water. The heat causes the skins to loosen, making them easier to remove. Once the skins are loose, the peanuts are passed through rollers that gently rub off the skins. The blanched peanuts are then inspected again to ensure all the skins have been removed. This step is important not only for improving the texture of the peanut butter, but also for reducing any bitterness that the skins might impart. Roasting is where the magic happens, transforming bland, raw peanuts into the rich, flavorful nuts we associate with peanut butter. Peanuts are roasted at carefully controlled temperatures to develop their flavor and reduce moisture content. The roasting temperature and time can vary depending on the desired flavor profile, with light, medium, and dark roasts all offering different taste experiences. Roasting typically takes place in large, rotating ovens that ensure even heat distribution. The peanuts are continuously monitored to prevent over-roasting, which can lead to bitterness or burning. After roasting, the peanuts are quickly cooled to stop the cooking process and lock in their flavor. Immediately after roasting, the peanuts are rapidly cooled to prevent them from continuing to cook in their own residual heat. This cooling process is crucial for maintaining the desired texture and flavor of the peanuts. Cooling is usually done using fans or cool air blowers that quickly reduce the temperature of the roasted peanuts. By cooling the peanuts quickly, manufacturers ensure they retain the right consistency for the next stage of processing. Proper cooling also helps maintain the peanuts' natural oils, which are essential for creating smooth, creamy peanut butter. The cooled roasted peanuts are now ready for grinding, the stage where they begin to take on the form of peanut butter. In the initial grinding process, the peanuts are ground into a coarse paste. This grinding action breaks down the peanut kernels, releasing their natural oils and creating a thick, gritty mixture. To achieve the smooth or chunky texture that consumers love, the coarse peanut paste undergoes further grinding. For smooth peanut butter, the paste is ground repeatedly until it reaches a creamy, uniform consistency. For chunky peanut butter, some coarsely ground peanuts are added back into the mixture after the fine grinding stage to create those satisfying bits of peanut. During this stage, manufacturers may also add salt, sugar, or oil to enhance the flavor and texture of the peanut butter. These additives help balance the natural oils and improve the spreadability of the final product. Homogenization is a crucial step in ensuring that peanut butter has a consistent texture and doesn't separate over time. In this process, the peanut butter is subjected to high pressure, which breaks down the oil and peanut particles into smaller, uniformly distributed pieces. This high-pressure blending process helps prevent the natural peanut oils from separating and rising to the top of the jar, which is a common issue in natural peanut butter. The result is a smooth, creamy spread that stays stable on the shelf and is easy to spread on bread, crackers, or anything else you might want to pair with peanut butter. Once the peanut butter has reached its final texture, it's ready to be packaged. The finished product is transferred to automated filling machines that carefully portion it into jars. These machines are designed to ensure that each jar is filled with the correct amount of peanut butter, maintaining consistency across the entire batch. After filling, the jars are immediately sealed to preserve freshness and prevent contamination. The sealing process typically involves placing a tamper-evident lid on the jar and applying a vacuum or heat seal to create an airtight seal. This step is essential for ensuring that the peanut butter stays fresh and safe for consumption until it reaches the consumer. With the jars sealed, the next step is labeling. Automated machines apply labels to the jars, ensuring that each one is correctly identified with branding, nutritional information, and other required details. The labels also include important information like the product's ingredients, allergen warnings, and expiration dates. Before the jars leave the production facility, they undergo a final inspection to ensure they meet all quality standards. Inspectors check that the jars are properly sealed, labeled, and free from defects. Any jars that don't pass this inspection are removed from the production line and either reprocessed or discarded. Packing for distribution. The labeled jars of peanut butter are now ready for distribution. They are packed into boxes, which are then loaded onto pallets for easy transportation. The boxes are carefully arranged to maximize space and minimize the risk of damage during shipping. Retail and consumer availability. The pallets are loaded onto trucks and transported to distribution centers, where they are shipped to grocery stores, supermarkets, and other retail outlets.